Thanks for bringing Bronco Nation in today to be able to help us kick off our 2022 fall camp. We're excited to take the next step in our preparation for the season. It's been a tremendous summer. The guys have, through the work of Coach Kagi and our staff, our players working together, we've had a really good summer. We've built in a lot of ways that are very instrumental to our foundation in terms of building a foundation on mentality, confidence, consistency. We are able to establish that this summer. Again, we have a lot of work left to do in this fall camp, and we're excited to turn the page and move on to the next chapter in our preparation, but we're extremely excited about where we're at right now. Throughout the summer, not only has there been a ton of development with our roster from top to bottom, the old guys, the vets being here and starting way back in June, and our 8-week training session, and being able to not only physically develop, but like we spoke about, mentally develop. With the skill instruction and things like that, we're able to obviously do a little bit more technical work with our players and build that confidence within them to be able to execute those techniques and things that make the scheme in the long run. With our players returning from postseason surgeries, our offseason has gone tremendously well with those guys. We've been able not only to rehab and bring guys back to a level where they're going to be able to compete here in fall camp, and we'll run through that here shortly, but really excited about where the majority of the guys are. There will be very few guys that are returners that are limited as we enter fall camp here, so the competition level is going to be high. Players that will be limited early in camp, but we fully expect to be ready for the opener. Ty Jones has a lower leg that popped up here in the last couple weeks, so he was able to train all summer, but something that we're going to take care of here. In the next week, he'll be a little bit limited, but he will be ready for the opener. Riley Smith and Nohe, coming off shoulder injuries from last year, will only be slightly modified, but are ready to compete, and they've done an awesome job this summer with their training and their development. Zamadre, Merriweather, Eric McAllister, Roger Carrion, Cord Kringland, Taylor Markham, and Jack Barrettford will be slightly limited as we enter camp here as well. Otherwise, the only update that we have for a guy that will not be ready is Cage Casey. As we work through the first few weeks of the season, he will get reintroduced to practice coming off a shoulder injury. OJ and Markel are ready to compete and have done an awesome job this summer preparing themselves, and we're excited to see them back out there on the field. Updates on the roster. We are sitting at 109 players right now. The guys that are no longer on the roster that we have not released or updated, we'll talk about and then move on further. We will only speak on players that are on our current roster and who we will build this team with moving forward. No longer on the roster is Jacob Golden. Alec Grant has been added to the roster at the beginning of the summertime. He is a long snapper that has done a nice job coming in, will provide depth and competition at the long snapper position. Justice Del Rio is a local kid here from Capitol High School that has joined the team, come back home, and will play safety for us. Leaving the roster will be Taquan Tyler. He will step away from the team due to personal reasons that we'll not further comment on, which obviously brings even more the question of the running back depth and competition, which we are excited about. We are sitting at 109 guys on the roster with a cap of 110. So we have the opportunity to add one more additional person to the roster, which we will update here soon. For this fall camp, our goals are to continue to grow the confidence to be able to prepare and train with a certain mentality. We've taken huge steps in that direction. The care factor of the team, the guys coming every single day to work with the level of consistency to create competition day in and day out. We've done a great job in the summertime, but now it comes time to put on the pads and have some fun as we come together in this camp on Wednesday. Number 2, we want to establish a physical presence in the trenches. We want to build off of what we did at the end of last season. We've added personnel and depth to both sides of the ball. We've been able to train and work with these guys over the course, of the last 7-8 months, and we're extremely excited about the improvements we've made. It always starts up front. This is a physical game. The better we play in the trenches, the better our team plays. Creating explosive plays on both sides of the ball. From an offensive standpoint, being able to protect the quarterback and be able to take shots down the field and mix in some creativity as we move up and down the field as well. Defensively, explosive plays are negative yardage plays or obviously takeaways, which the ultimate goal is to get the ball back to the offense and score. As we work through the course of this offseason, we spent a tremendous amount of time on situational football. That is always one of our top goals, is to create a football intelligence that the guys understand the intricacies of the game, whether that be field position, down and distance, clock situations, and all those things. We're excited about the growth we've had there, and obviously this camp is going to provide us a tremendous amount of opportunity to work our third down scenarios, to work our field position scenarios, whether it be in the red zone, the goal line area, being backed up, or being in the middle of the field in the open field. It is a big to-do as well to obviously be able to operate within 2-minute situations on both sides of the ball, and not only on offense and defense, but on special teams. We're excited about the roster that we have developed. We're looking forward to this final stage in preparation. We're excited to have you guys out there and be able to cover practice and how the guys are doing for Bronco Nation. We're really looking forward to taking this next step and attacking this challenge in the next couple weeks. There's always a plan. It's a work in progress right now, and we feel very confident about a new addition coming in. But at the running back position right now with George Ashton T. Crow, we've moved Caden Dudley from slot wide receiver to running back, who has had experience playing that position in high school, and something that we had even kicked around prior to the situation coming up, as well as having Ethan Makita and Taylor Markham, our freshmen, that are going to join the team and add depth there. So as always, the final stage here is to create depth. And as we talk about all the time, is dependable depth. We're excited about the competition that we have in there. It's not so much the run game as it is building, even with the young guys, is the protections. That's the difficulties in the experience and the reps that it takes. So we must be extremely diligent with the walkthroughs that we get to further develop those groups, playing with the O-line and walkthroughs and seeing different looks from a protection standpoint, and building those guys' confidence through repetition. Our confidence, not only from the standpoint of having the depth you need to practice a certain way to build the confidence and the mentality day in and day out. And again, it comes down to our whole staff, how we recruited, how we've developed, how the guys have prepared and trained over the course of the summertime. In the summertime, it's not spring ball. It's not fall camp. It's not iron sharpens iron from an offensive, defensive perspective. It's a team working together. It's a team training together. And we're really excited about the approach that our guys have taken, the things that they've shown here this summer. Now, obviously, we've got a lot of work left to do, but we feel good about the point we're at.